Yeah. What?
Person in this game just locked me in the bathroom and it's making me emo, but we can't leave.
Have we locked you in there?
Because they
Yeah.
know that I
You guys
upload on
agree with
TikTok,
Trumpy?
so
I don't know, man. Trump's
they
acting
changed
up.
my name.
That big ass butt. Yeah. Guys up to? Back that ass up. Back that ass up. What are you guys up to? Anybody from California? I haven't had nobody from California stop in too. I was asking that yesterday. California. Never been to California. You ever been to California?
This is the furthest
Neither.
west I've been. Well, Nebraska, obviously.
Nebraska's alright. I like Nebraska. I like Nebraska. Danny. Danny. It was Trump, right? He was from California. I gotta look up some facts about California later. Somebody was saying something about California. Nobody's from California, huh? No California, Dr. Fish. Dr. Fish. Make a wish. Yeah. Last night a little fishy came dancing to my door. It's out there with me. Trump. 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 Mo, mo, mo. Trump. I was in Fishy's chat. I was in Fishy's chat and he looked like a whale. He's out there with me. Trump from California? No California. What? Oh, Daniel Berry uploaded. This guy consistently uploads. He's out there with me. And then my buddies show up because he's streaming. It's my buddy. Yes, listen, Dr. Fish. I have some Estonian belief. Nobody's from California? No California people. California. Yeah. Are you from California? California. Sounds messed up. California. I always wanted to see that Hollywood thing. I clipped that shit. Name it. Could you spell this? Hashtag alphabet. Hashtag learning. You know. I don't know what song. Is Trump right? Nobody's from California. I've seen the ocean a lot, but it's the Sea of Atlas, not the Pacific Ocean, named by Ferdinand Magellan in 1521, meaning Mar Pacifico, meaning peaceful. Oh, yeah. And who's my Ferdinand Magellan? Who's my Magellan? What you guys up to? Oh, vape things are good. I want to get it like a strong one. I wonder if they make like ones that are like 90%. No, with alcohol they have like Everclear, which is disgusting. Don't ever drink that shit. Everclear. And Shotsworth will ruin you. Don't mess with Everclear. Found out the hard way. No Everclear. Nobody's from California, huh? At least some California people. Caliporn. I need California in my chat. California. Where'd Flo go? Abandoned me tonight, huh? In Estonia. I needed sleep in my village, Dr. Fish. I was up naked watching Rambo, eating Hot Pockets, waiting for your voice, Dr. Fish. You're not shy. Come on, you get around. Where you at, buddy? Abandoned me. Listen, Dr. Fish, I want Hot Pocket. Dr. Fish, I want Hot Pocket. That's how they speak in Estonia. They really do. I know everything about Estonia now. Listen, Dr. Fish. I want your Estonia. It's out there with me. Yeah. No, 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 no. Oh, shit. Remember Bobby Brown last night? He's out there with me. You will be. Remember? It sounded like that Ghostbusters shit. Bobby Brown, look at him dancing. That night, 2010. Look. Feel like I'm the white Bobby Brown and shit. Can't dance. Tried to be like. Remember? Oh no, he didn't. For real, I almost got it. I always liked Bobby Brown though. He always could dance. He was real big too. Everybody liked Bobby Brown. Even when he was high, man, he would dance faster. You know? Be too. Tell him, Bobby. Look at that movie just there. It's cool watching guys, or even women that know how to dance like that. Bobby Brown had the moves. For real, Bobby was probably as high as a kite in this video. Look at the way he's dancing. He had to be high. Oh yes, it's me again. He's like, oh shit, Bobby. I bet you can't sleep at night. You listening for that telephone, huh, Bobby? I always like them though. Look at his eyes in the video. I mean, he'd be like, damn, Bobby. Where the Estonian person at? Left me. No Estonians. I'm telling you, yo, Bobby Brown was the shit, though. Bobby Brown was the shit, though. I wonder if he still does, like, some kind of music and shit. He probably still is the shit. Still Bobby Brown and shit. Know who was real big? It was R. Kelly. He really was the king of R&B. Genuine, all them guys, they all knew it, too. They would all say it. Well, they would say it in different ways and using different words. Shame what happened to R. Kelly. I was looking up his charges the other day, man. I was like, oh, shit. Ba-da-bum-bum. I'm trying to find a different song. What's going on with Diddy? I haven't checked on that lately. I gotta check on Diddy, see what's up. Surprised they didn't give him a bail. No. Diddy. Diddy. I mean, the guy didn't kill anybody either. He should have a bail. He didn't violate, and it's not even a VOP, like a sticker, violation of parole or probation. Like, they treating him like he killed somebody or something. I think Diddy should have a bail. He's out there. And he's standing there. What if Diddy caused the shots in jail and shit? What was Trump right about? Oh, him going into California. I know, he's what we were talking about yesterday. Sometimes when you give the streams political topics, they portal them like they portal my car videos. It's nice when you're in that portal, man. You know when you're in a portal, too. What are you up to? You're not from California. You said you just went to a rally in Iowa recently. Yeah. At least you're into politics, though, and you really went to her. I've never been to a rally. I would have went to one. Probably interesting. Probably is interesting. I guess they died. iPhone 16e, they just said. Why is it an E? What's the E stand for? 16e. I want one. iPhone 16e. What the fuck's the E stand for? They're always coming up with something, huh? Bet you Trump probably got an iPhone 17. Especially with his little buddy Musk. surprised Tesla never made no phones. I remember Musk speaking on it though. He said they tried to make a monopoly of the apps where you had to pay for a phone or something. I forget how he said it. He said then he would design a phone where you wouldn't have to pay. That was just as advanced and stuff. I believe him. He's making cars and stuff. He could easily make a phone and sell it. He's got the money to do it tomorrow. Probably already does it and I don't realize it, and he's invested in it in some way. Seems like Mr. Musk is interested in SpaceX and lithium. Lithium's the future. That's what all the batteries and stuff are going to be. And he just found a shit ton of it too. $1 trillion worth. That'll be worth 100 times more in 100 years. Just found some crazy stuff. Musk was always interesting. What do you think of that salute he did? It was weird to see that though. It wasn't weird to see. I don't know. I don't think he really meant anything by it when he was doing that salute. Notice this, them CERs. What is this? I don't understand. Weekend every time. Trump's greatest traitor. Yeah, I remember you don't like Donald Trump. At least you kind of like me. I just thought Trump would have been better if we went to war. That's why I kind of picked Trump. I know there's a war coming. I think Trump could get us out of a war. You know what I mean? It depends on my geographic distribution and which species I'm targeting. You know? It depends on where I'm at and what species I'm going for. Halibut? I wouldn't go for halibut though. With a swim bait. My geographic distribution would be the Bering Sea. I wouldn't use a swim bait. You imagine using a swim bait out there in the Bering Sea? You want to be catching halibut like that. Swim baits. I heard they're good eating fishes. Crankbaits? No. Remember, it's good questions though. Remember, even Walmart, Dick's Sporting Goods, they're mostly arranged for one species of fish. Most people in the United States are going to go for Micropterus salmoides, the largemouth bass. A lot of the tackle, like you're suggesting, crankbaits, swim baits, even spinners, you're going to go for Micropterus salmoids with them, the largemouth bass, which has burst swimming speeds of 12 miles an hour, a lifespan of 16 years, and sees the world as if it's looking through a pair of yellow sunglasses and can distinguish among 24 different shades of color. Yeah, it's going to be for bass, buddy. Halibut, you're going to have to use bait. You're going to have to be on a boat. It's going to be different. And they're big. Largemouth bass, the largest one's 24 pounds on file. That's a big largemouth bass. Halibut, it would depend on the season, the weather, everything. Halibut and anadromous species such as salmon would be important in that geographic distribution. Also trout. You can catch trout all in the remote areas. Like if you were, I'm sure there's creeks and rivers we're not seeing It's all that would be in them is trout. Or you'd have like sockeye salmon. Sockeye salmon are pretty cool. So what are you guys up to? Swim baits for even for bass. That's for covering. You're gonna cover more water. That's why you use a swim bait. You understand? Crankbait, you can go near. You're gonna look for submerged objects. You're gonna look for structure. Crankbait, you're gonna try at different depths, and you're gonna play with it a little bit for bass. You understand? I recommend spinners like Terminator spinners or Booyah or Thomas, a deadly lure. You won't always catch the biggest bass on spinners, but you will catch them, and you'll catch other species of fishes that are in the area. Spinners make you dangerous, especially in freshwater. You're in the ocean, you're going to want to use bait. You can start off with, you know what I mean, digging up a mole crab, casting out a mole crab, sand flea. Catch the fish, literally take your knife and start cutting that fish, then to throw it out at the surf. That's how you catch them. That's what you do. You'll catch them with little sand fleas. They're easy to catch too. Look at you over there. Big old butt. Yeah, they're pretty easy to catch. Gotta be careful with the ocean though. And you get the bloodier the bait you use in the ocean too, you're gonna catch sharks and stuff, and your gear's gotta be able to handle that. You know what I mean? Like a fish like that in a picture is 26 pounds. What are you gonna do when that 236-pound shark, little nurse shark, you know what I mean, or spiny dogfish comes out of nowhere? You know? Sharks are powerful too. Most species are obligate ram ventilators, meaning they gotta constantly swim or they'll asphyxiate. So when you hook them, they're gonna be constantly swimming. And they have strong bursts. And if you don't have a steel leader on, you're gonna lose them anyway. Your teeth will go right through it. Your line. It really will. That's what I'm saying. You don't always want to have to use a steel leader. Catching sharks right now is very common when you're in the ocean. More than ever. Sharks are thriving right now, like thriving everywhere. I hear you use fluoro. I hear you. Nothing wrong with fluorocarbon. I would use light, like 4-pound test fluorocarbon or even monofilament if I was going for trout. Even with a spinner or Thomas, a deadly lure. Trout have excellent eyesight. Remember, fishes have eyes just like ours, brother. They have cone and rod receptors in their eyes. Cone receptors are periods of bright light, high intensity. Rod receptors are for periods of subdued light, black and white vision. That's why fishing's good at dusk and dawn, because there's also that temperature change that affects their metabolic rates because they're ectothermic. Fishing's also good for the species we're discussing and other species because they're ectothermic. You know what I mean? I already did. She's playing her game. You know what I mean? And England, who else is with me? What were we just talking about? Hitting the lake this Sunday. I hear you. Use spinners. Always use spinners. Yeah, she's playing her game and stuff. Oh yeah, yeah. Use spinners, buddy. Just start catching a lot of different things, not just bass. Frogs are good for bass. Remember, every time you take a cast with a fishing pole, think of it like this: you're a magician. Your fishing pole is your magic wand, and your audience is the water, and your fish are in that audience. That day, you got to go out there and trick them. You got to know whether frogs are gonna work. You gotta. Are frogs there where you're fishing at? You gotta look at. You gotta match the hatch. Lets you know what lure color to use too. When you know the species that are there, you understand. Even if you held a bluegill or a sunny there, you would know what they look like. So you would know what color lure to use. You understand? Or you could just use them. You don't even have to use a lure. You could use them. Hook them right through the back. Put a bobber on. Cast it right out. Put a bigger hook on though. But frogs would work. You can catch bass with them. It's kind of cruel just to grab a frog and hook it like that and throw a bobber and wait for the bass to eat them. A little cruel, you know. But it would work. Catch a nice bass. Definitely would catch a nice bass. Use night crawlers though, but use them later in the day. Start using them after 6 p.m. Let it get cool when it's real. Let it get cooled down a little bit. Remember, they're ectothermic. Remember, bass are members of the sunfish family. Let it get a little cooler. Because it'll hit that magic temperature. Remember the cone and rod receptor trick. Remember their eyes. That period of subdued light, they're going to get a little clumsy and they're going to be feeding because of their metabolic rates because they're ectothermic. They get a little clumsy. That's when it's good to use them lures. Use a plastic frog or use a twin tail. Call them two tails or twin tails. Use a white one. You'll catch them, man. Because you'll trigger their lateral lines. They'll be more active at certain times of the day. You always hear from people, oh yeah, early in the morning or at night or right before the Sunday, but you never hear why. That's why. Yeah, that's really is. It's the truth. Works every time. Even in that picture right there, the sun's about to go down. That's how you do it. You don't want to go fishing in the heat of the day. They're ectothermic. They're going to become a little dormant. You know what I mean? Ever since I was a little fat kid. Now I was a little fat kid. Yeah, I was a little fat kid. A long time. A real long time. Yeah. I don't know it. Real long. Smoke a cigarette, babe. I gotta get more pictures on this phone. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but frogs would work. You could use frogs, they would work. But they wouldn't want to work for guys like that, even at night. You wouldn't want to use shrimp or chicken livers. You would even want to use night crawlers because the white perch and the hybrid striped bass will eat you alive at night, even at night. For real. Shrimp, on the other hand, they'll bite it, but they won't get it all the way, and the catfish will give them more time. And once it hits their triggers, their chemoreceptors, and even touches their barbel a little bit, their sensory organs equipped with taste buds, they're gonna hit it, and you're gonna hold it just like that. They're gonna hit it, then you're gonna hold it. Shrimp, Power Pro, Shimano, yeah. Thomas, A Deadly Lord, Terminator, Ranger Boats, you know. Yeah. Uh, Berkeley, I take Berkeley. Mm. PB, peanut butter. You could use peanut butter. That'd be more of a. You could literally take bread and get a little wet and add a little bit of peanut butter and cast it, and you'd have a better chance of catching a carp like that. Their chemoreceptors, they want something a little more sweet. Better chance of catching a carp like that. But you want to look for berries in the area. If there's berries that fell in the creek, something that would be sweet, that was indigenous to the area, so that fish could naturally forage on it. That's what I would use. Oh, peanut butter. Yeah, you could use peanut butter and bread. Remember, you can make a little dough ball. All this little fancy stuff. These guys with their little dough balls. You know, you can spit on your hands after you got bread right there. There's your dough ball right there. You got it made up. You could have sugar with you. You could literally. You got to be fast with this stuff. And there's a mulberry tree right there. Picked a lot of them. You're making a bunch of them. Cast out what I just said and watch what happens. You'll nail them. That's exactly a kind of dough bait you would want. You could use bread as the substitute and cheat a little and add it, make sure it's sweet. Check every 20 minutes your bait. If you're not going to do it in 20 minutes, you're not really triggering the chemoreceptors. You could cheat a little too. Well, not cheat, be smart. Throw a little mulberries in the water too. I would use straight mulberries. I really would. You'll notice, man, there'll be mulberries around certain bodies of water, and that's great carp bait. It really is. It's great carp bait. Remember, people try to tell you, oh, goldfish are members of the carp family. No, they're all carp, koi, goldfish, minnows. They're all members of the Cyprinidae family. Say it. Trust me. Cyprinidae. Remember, a goldfish can swim 0.85 miles per hour. It's pretty slow compared to other species. Even a largemouth bass is burst swimming speeds of 12 miles an hour. Showed you that striper earlier. That's burst swimming speeds of 20 miles an hour. Fastest fish is the cosmopolitan sailfish. Speed trials